me to talk about this is Carol Moore, probably one of the country's most aggressive legal investigators working on this Monsanto case. Carol, Roundup, they're finding it in beer, in wine. That's the latest story that's coming out, where they're doing testing and the residue of Roundup is being found in the wine that we think is safe or the beer that we think is safe. What are you finding in your investigation?
Well, interesting enough, they found it in Gallo, Mondavi, Barefoot, Sutter Home Wine, Yellowtail, all these popular wines that we Americans enjoy. And they're finding it at parts per billion that would cause illnesses such as breast cancer. And then they found it in beer. You know, beer is one of the most popular American alcoholic drinks we have, and they found it in beer. And so it's rather alarming. And I would think American consumers would be alarmed.
Yeah, well, here's the problem. People don't understand what it means when you find Roundup residue in the beer that you're drinking or the wine that you're drinking. This is across the board. You could go down the list. Probably the beer that you're drinking, the wine that you're drinking now, has residue of Roundup. Now, here's the point. Add that to this. They're finding 23 parts per billion of Roundup in the wine. Some of the most popular wines, 23 parts per billion of that toxin in the wine. Now, the studies show that it only takes 1 part per trillion to cause cellular changes where it comes to breast cancer. I mean, that's...
You hear that? So, it's 23 parts per billion being found of a chemical called glyphosate, which is in Roundup, which is cancerous and toxic to the body, right? So 23 parts per billion being found in the products, but it only takes 1 part per trillion to kill you. So what does that mean? Or to affect you on a cellular level, all right? To change your cells, all right? To change your cells to be cancerous, to be, diseased. So what does that tell you? That tell you that somebody's trying to kill you, man. All right? So let's get to Ezekiel, the 4th chapter. Because the scripture says we will eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. There's no might in our hand. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, we don't have control over things like this. How many of us are running and governing farms and the process wine processes and food processing plants? We don't have that power. So but the people, you hate us though. We the problem though. This says Salakia, let me start up. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. It says, wow, it's highlighted. It says, and Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Let me see what they got for defiled. Unclean, impure, whether ethically and religiously. Go down to the Strongs. Foul in the religious sense, defiled, infamous, polluted, unclean. So we're eating polluted. We're consuming polluted food. Monsanto, everybody knows. Well, if not now, at least by now, that Monsanto is like the driving force of genetically modified foods, man. So if the food's modified genetically, what does that mean? They changed on a cellular level. So these cancer-causing agents being found in products changing us on a cellular level, meaning what? They gonna give us cancer, man, meaning they gonna kill you, man. All right, so here go another scripture before I go back to the video. Because the scripture says, the enemy cometh not but to kill, steal, and destroy, man. It says, John 10 and 10, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Because they doing all this research, but all this research is leading into death. You got all these scientists splicing these chemicals. When is any of these inventions or products you so-called white people come out with gonna be productive towards humanity, man? All right, so let me go back to the video.
The science is clear on it. We're talking about 1 part per trillion that can actually affect cell division, which leads to some of the breast cancer problems that are finding related to this particular toxin.
And I wanted to add this part too. How ironic that all these toxic agents is being found in all this wine, because Esau, the so-called white man, likens himself to be prudent. So with the spike and rise of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans realizing that we were the Israelites of the Bible, I'm pretty sure that came with a high spike in the wine buying. All right, because when you read this Christianity, you know, there's certain sects in Christianity teach, oh, you ain't supposed to be drinking and all that. But, you know, in the understanding of the Israelites and understanding the Bible, hey, that's something we did. The Lord drank wine. We drink wine. The scripture says it makes men's hearts merry. And with all the hell we catch, you know, you may drink a little bit more wine than average. So the wine sales play hand in hand with the realization of the Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes being Israelites, because they buying and drinking wine. So Esau saw that as an opportunity to try to further destroy and kill us even more. He don't give a damn that his own people drink wine too. But anyway.
What's your take?
You know, and I'm shocked about the wine and disappointed to see that. But then I got a really big surprise also this week when we learned that they had detected it in baby infant formula. Soybean infant baby formula at 170 parts per billion. And they have no idea how children are going to react to this, what diseases it may cause.
Yes, they do, because they put it even more so in the formula. There's so many parts. It's about, like, I think they said 25 parts per billion in the wine, but they put even 170 parts per billion in the formula. And you know, the baby's immune system is way much more weaker than an adult's. And they said you only need 1 part per trillion to change your cells.
But we do know childhood.
So we know what's going on, man.
Birth defects are on the rise.
Carol, how long have they had this information? You've been probably one of the chief investigators looking at this. When did they start learning, A, that Roundup has the ability to cause cancer, and B, when did they start learning that this is a residue from Roundup that can be found in baby formula, as you point out, the food we eat? In a minute, I want to talk to you about the list of foods that we eat every day and talk about how much Roundup glyphosate is found in those products.
That's enough on that. This title of this video, GMS, Bad News, the wine we drink is contaminated. One of the brethren out there in New York. It's a good video. You know, I didn't finish watching it. Lord's will, I'll watch it later. But, you know, the point is being made. You know, the guy asks, when has they done this, or when? Well, when you go back into it in the early 1900s, John Rockefeller hired scientists to investigate. You know, he had scientists when they found out oil had chemicals that could be duplicated and certain chemicals can be extracted and made profit off of. He had the same thing done with He had the same thing done in the medical field, which led Western medicine away from holistic health, meaning he took away the home remedies, man. Basically, he took away natural healing, man. Western medicine, by getting his scientists to discredit it, with his money, and to enforce his way. Oh, pills, medication, surgery, and all that, and all of that. So they've been doing this for a while. When the scriptures say that, the scripture says, Shalakia, Psalms chapter 62 and 4, I believe, man. Here you go. This is Psalm 62, verse 4. It says, no, it ain't 60. I can go back to that though. Let me see, is it 64? Yeah, okay. This is Psalm 64, verse 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Because when you finish watching that video, the Monsanto, the company, lied and said, oh, that our Roundup it's clean enough to drink. But none of them never drunk it though. So they don't think nobody know that. Well, they say nobody knows that they the reason that they're behind, what's going on. But through the Spirit of the Lord uncovering all these things. As the scripture said, their own tongue shall fall upon themselves. He will remove the covering cast over the whole earth, man. And you the problem, all right? Oh, and I want to make a point. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter because they can kill two birds with one stone, all right? Because they say there's too many people on the earth, all right? So-called white man, he want the, when you read the Georgia Guidestones, he want the population down to a certain number, 500 million, I believe, all right? So by you consuming his products, whatever, his cancer-causing products, hey, it'll possibly kill you. It's a good chance it'll kill you. And guess what? If it don't kill you, you come to him for treatment. So it turns you into a debt slave. Because them people don't ever, the majority of our people that have hospital bills, they don't be paying them off. But anyway, it says Psalm 64, verse 6, it says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. So it's like, you got all these, they studying, they doing all this configuration. They going deep into it. But it's all for death, man. It's all to kill, it's all to destroy the Israelites. I'm gonna jump back to that 62. Psalm 62, verse 3. How long will ye imagine mischief against the man? And that's what that's doing, man. Because that it don't have to be done that way. It's better ways, it's more organic ways. It's more life, it's more ways that are conducive to life when you do things, man. You can make wine, and it can, and a lot of these ways be cost effective. They go out of their way, they spend money, they what do they give grants? So many millions and millions of grants. I bet it was I speak as a man, but I don't doubt that it was probably millions of dollars that went into this particular research to have cancer causing agents to in this Roundup. What you putting it in wine for? Anyway, it says, how long will ye imagine mischief against the man? Ye shall be slain, all of you. So the Lord gonna get you. As a bowing wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. It says they only consult to cast him down from his excellency, Jacob. The Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, keep us down, keep us ignorant, keep us unhealthy, keep us mentally polluted, They delight in lies. Oh, our Roundup is safe enough to drink. But they said when you keep watching it, they didn't drink it. The news reporters tried to get them to drink some. They wouldn't drink it. Just like that one guy over there in Michigan a couple years ago. They had the press conference. He said the Michigan water was clean enough to drink. They bought him a glass of water. They bought it. They bought him some. Live on TV, bought it to him. You should have saw that man's face. He looked at them like they was crazy. And he didn't drink it. But anyway, They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. With that, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace to the elect. Lord willing, this was the edifying lesson.